A look around in Israel and you may mistake it for a nation in one of the world's major highlands, seeing that it is mostly surrounded by forests. For a country that is considered a desert, the presence of a green environment leaves much to be admired. According to Israel history, Joseph Waits, also known as the father of Israel forests, while lodging at the Azar rest home, realized that Jerusalem was surrounded by bare mountains, and so he decided to plant forests around the capital to give it a touch of green. And several years later, the splendor of a green environment surrounds Jerusalem, from the buildings to residential areas to the roads, all the way to Mount Hezel. It is indeed a beauty to behold. Within the Jerusalem forest is one attraction that brings closer the leaders of all nations who come to Israel, the Grove of Nations. Today, the Grove of Nations, also known as the Forest of Nations, received the President of the Republic of Kenya, President Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, the Forest of Nations is one of the many places that the President has visited, and here dignitaries are invited to plant trees as a sign of a common bond between Israel and the nations of the world. President Uhuru Kenyatta now joins the list of several world leaders who have expressed their common bond with Israel via planting a tree at the Grove of Nations. Just like Wangari Maathai, Kenya's mother of forests, who dedicated her life to protecting and conserving the environment, Waits created an environment that attracts many people seeking to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city. Waits' initiative was carried forward through the founding of the Keren Kayemeth LaIsrael Jewish National Fund, which has over the last century planted over 240 million trees and created more than 450 parks in Israel. While trees have taken up a large space in Israel, it is a country that is still very developed, perhaps why Kenya needs to rethink her strategy in clearing forests to put up infrastructure. Indeed, Kenya can learn a lot from Israel as far as balancing the developing of infrastructure and conserving her forest cover is concerned. Someone once said, "When you cut down all the trees and when all the water runs dry, then you will realize that you cannot eat money." Ruth Mutegi in Jerusalem, Israel.